Hey guys, Eli here from Urban Lifestyle, and today I want to take a kind of a different approach and show you guys my Robinhood portfolio. You guys can see here I actually have over $28,000 here, and I do plan to grow that even longer. But to be honest with you, I do not have 28,000 invested. I probably have 1,000. And I know what a lot of people may be saying, oh yeah, the market are risky, don't go into the markets and things like that. But I want to take a little bit of a different approach on this. I want to invest because either I just keep the money here sitting and do nothing with it, and it gets eaten up through inflation, and that's something I really don't want to happen to my money. So I'm gonna go over some of the stuff I do invest in and why I invest in them. So let's take a look. And also, if you guys are watching, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, and also at the same time hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel and it helps out the algorithm and all that extra stuff. And at the same time, if you guys would like to know more about Robinhood, I actually have a link down in the description below where you guys would get a free stock, and at the same time it helps support the Urban Lifestyle channel because I also receive a free stock as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what do I have here. Now I do have a whole bunch of stocks, like it's probably 16 here that I'm invested in. And what's so cool about Robinhood is I was on a waiting list to get fractional shares, and now I'm able to obtain fractional shares. Okay, so like you can see right now, you can see Tesla is $842, but I actually have $67.31 invested into Tesla. Okay, so I bought fractional shares of Tesla, and if you can see, I own 0.079937 shares of Tesla. It's not even a 1 share yet. Okay, so I am putting a little bit of money. Like anytime I have this whole rule where, hey, every day I invest $5, and I find one company that I'm very interested in, and I buy. So I actually broke down my stocks into different sections here. You can see like the first right here where you see O, and you see Apple is not Apple, it's Apple Hospitality. That's a REIT account. And you have NRT and FL. FL is Foot Locker, but all these are dividend stocks. All right. And the first three, they're REIT stocks, meaning I get paid monthly dividends from owning these stocks, or I get high dividends from them. Some REIT pays monthly, some REITs pay quarterly. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this is because I always wanted to get into the real estate. All right, so I do want to buy a real estate investment property, but at the same time, since I don't have the right amount of capital right now to actually do that, I decided to, get my feet wet by actually investing into dividend stocks, which is REIT accounts. Okay, so I have 3 of them so far. I have O, which is realty income. Realty income, which is about $55.31. Okay, and if you can see here, they pay about a 5.6% dividend yield every month. Well, for the whole year, entirely for the whole year, but they do pay it out every month, and I think it's about like 23 cents a month. So I did the math on this one. If I'm able to get like about anywhere between 4,000 shares, that would yield me $1,000 a month. So far you can see I only own 7 shares. So this is something I'm planning to grow right now. Now all these stocks is stocks I'm planning to hold long term. Okay, all these stocks that I'm showing you right now in this section, this is something I'm planning to hold on for a long term period. All right, so the next one you can see I own, well, in O I actually own $400 of shares. All right, some of it is fractional, but you can see it equals up to 7 shares. All right, now the next one is another one. Apple Hospitality is another REIT account. I actually own 12 shares, but that's because this one is actually a bit cheaper than the other one. This O is around $53. This one's about $10 per share. Right? And the reason I'm buying them now is because they're at their 5-year lows, especially with what happened in March. With the pandemic and all these stocks I'm buying at rock bottom prices. I know what you guys may be saying, yeah, but the stock market is it gone up a lot. Yes, that's true for certain companies, but there's a lot of companies that are still 50% off from what their high was. Okay, so those are my 3 REIT accounts, and I do plan to add more. And if you can see here, I actually have a watch list just for REITs, and these are some I do want to get into. All right, you can see all the REITs I have. I'm watching to see when is the right time for me to get into them, and these are these are something I also want to add, not just for the dividends. Well, I'll say 80% is for the dividends, so I can create a dividend income. Okay. All right. So let's go. You can see I have Tesla, like I talked about briefly in the beginning. I do believe a lot in Tesla, but right now the price being at $800, I do want to put some more money into Tesla, but I'm just going slowly, just in case there's a downturn. If there's a downturn, like let's say it goes back to 400 again, that's when I want to buy in. And to be honest with you, I actually had about I'll say 20 shares of Tesla when it was around 150 and 200. When the prices were that, I actually had 20 shares, and then this was like maybe good, if not last year, 2 years ago. But it wasn't a stock I was too focused on around that time. So it got up and I decided to just take my profit and leave. Had I kept it, I would have made a lot. I would like probably 10x my money. Okay. All right. So let's get away from Tesla. You can see I own some fractional shares of Facebook as well, and Revolve. I actually own 17 shares of this one. This is at $14. Now this one is a company. It sells clothes, it sells stuff, but its marketing is truly different than, your ordinary retail store. This actually goes to Instagram influencers, have them try out their product, and take pictures on Instagram with them. And I believe, I'm not going to go into my whole thesis on this company, but I do believe that I should see some upside from this company, especially if we're looking at it just IPO'd. If we're looking at its history, let's see if we can just take this to a year. We can see that it just went down, and I believe in March it just took another dive down. Now these are one of the stocks that I actually made a profit in. I actually bought in around in between $9 to $8 a while back, like around March. And I took the profits and I left, but I decided to go back into this company myself. Okay. And I want to build a stake. And like I said, every last one of these stocks is something I plan to hold for a very long time. A lot of people may be like, hey, the markets are down. But to me, I'm not looking at it as, all right, it's down. I'm looking at it as a long term. I may be holding these stocks for the next 10 years or so. Okay. You never know. All right, so of course I have Uber. I only own one share of Uber. Now I just recently started in this account right here. Recently started buying stocks in this account. So you can see a lot of these stocks I don't own as much shares as I possibly should, as of someone who's been buying stocks for the last year. But I just recently started within the past couple of weeks on this. Now everything after Foot Locker, FL, from beginning with Tesla all the way down to Uber, those are just companies I want to take a chance with, that I plan on holding for the next couple of years. All right, now after Uber we have Carnival Cruises, we have Norwegian, we have Royal Caribbean, American Airlines, and Delta. I do own a couple of shares in most of them. Some of them I have fractional shares in. The reason I'm buying those is because we all know the airline and the cruise industry took the big hit, which means these prices are at rock bottom prices. All right, if we take a look at Carnival right now, it's at $16. But if we take a look at the past 3 months before the whole pandemic thing happened, it was trading about $33, $31. And I'm not saying, hey, I'm going in this for a quick profit. I want to just buy it all as I possibly can and then wait for it to just go all the way back up to $33 all by next year. That's not what I'm planning. Like I said, this right here, this may be a longer term. I just want to buy as much shares as I can. Now, the reason I'm buying little bit by little bit is because I want to take advantage of the dips. If it goes down, like the lowest we've seen Carnival was at $7. This is another one of the stocks that I actually purchased real low back in March, and I sold off as soon as I seen some profit, and I sold off like around this area right here at $16. Then I had, I'll say, if I'm not mistaken, it was like maybe over 100 shares. Okay, maybe over 100 shares. But the same thing goes with Norwegian Cruise Line. Right now, this one unfortunately I didn't buy it when it went down into March. I didn't do too much research on this company like I did with Carnival, but I do plan, like if we look at the past 3 months where it's been, we're seeing these prices around, yeah, $37. Okay. So my whole take on these is I want to gamble. I know a lot of people saying, hey, Warren Buffett, he just sold all his airlines. He don't believe it's gonna. Well, you got to understand, Warren Buffett, this is how I see it. Warren Buffett is 89 years old. In 10 years, he's gonna be 90 years old. Well, yeah, 99 years old, almost 100 years. Now, the reason my whole factor of him selling his airline stock is because he don't see it happening within the nearest future. So he decided to just sell his shares at a loss so he can take the money and put it elsewhere. Correct? Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, hey, I have, with God's blessing, of course, I believe I have the next 10 to 50 years of life, even 60, 70, even more. I have time for a comeback. I have time for a bounce back. It may take Norwegian or Carnival Cruise or the airline companies maybe 10 years just to get back to their strength. And for me personally, I want to invest in these companies at these rock bottom prices. So it is a bit of a gamble, but like I said, hey, I'm investing for the long term. If you guys know this channel, if you guys watch me for a while, you guys know I love to buy gold and silver, especially when they're undervalued. And I'm buying those for the next 5, 10, 15, 16 years, 20 years, maybe even 30 years, who knows? So I take the same approach when it comes to these companies like the cruise and the airline companies myself. All right. Now, right here, the bottom one right here, Marathon Oil, this is a stock that I got. I only have one share of it. And this is a stock that I got from someone who took the link that I gave them, which is down in the description below. They got a free stock, and this was one of the stock that I received. And the thing with this is I can't sell it until 3 business trading days. But I've been looking into this company. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to keep it. I'm pretty sure as soon as my restriction time gets off on this, I'm going to sell it. But I was looking into it to see if it's something I want to buy more of, being at the price, especially doing the research. Looking at it, it's been the highest before the whole pandemic. It was at $8. And now we can see it went all the way down to $3. And then it bounced back up to $5 to $6. Right? So getting to know a little bit more about this company, I honestly don't think that is something I do want to buy. I don't want to buy more of it. I'm just going to sell it as soon as I can. And probably put the proceeds somewhere else. Okay. But at the same time, we do have these two above that one, the DIA and VOO. Now, this is just me investing into an index fund. Well, not index fund, I'm sorry, ETF. All right. DIA, actually a Dow Jones ETF. So every time it tracks a whole bunch of stocks that's within the Dow Jones. And every time when the Dow Jones goes up, this one goes up as well. Now, obviously, I don't have that much trading into it. It is fractional shares. I only have about $61 into it. But it's also something I want to buy. And the reason I like fractional sharing is because, hey, I can take advantage in dollar cost average. I don't have to buy the full entire stock for $200. I could just put $60 down, $5 here, $5 there, $10 when I get it. And the same thing goes with VOO. It actually tracks the S&P 500. Okay, now I only have $60 within this company right here. It tracks the S&P 500, and this is the same thing that goes with the Dow Jones. I just want to put $5 here, $10 there, and just take benefit over time. Okay, and to be honest with you, I have all these stocks here that you're seeing right here, and my whole goal with them is I love being in the red. I want to actually go down. I want the stocks to go down so I can buy more shares of them. It's the same way that I do with every other investment that I like. Okay, I want to buy in my initial position. I want it to go down. I want it to fall down, prices to drop. I don't care if I lose $1,000, $3,000. I don't mind that. I just want to buy more shares at a lower price so I can take advantage of the wave up. Okay. Now, even though most of these stocks are at rock bottom prices, but I still would want them to go down a little bit more so I can build up more of a position within them. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing an update once a week, maybe every Friday. Let me know what you guys think about that, and I want to grow this as well. And more specifically, I do want to grow my dividend accounts a little bit more, my dividend stocks a little bit more, so I can at least have more dividend income, okay, whether it be monthly, quarterly, or yearly. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you guys find value in this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys murder that thumbs up button. It really helps out. And don't forget, if you guys are into Robinhood, or if you guys like this platform, you would like to know more about this platform, I'll definitely say make sure you go down in the description below and check out that link there for you guys to see, and you guys will also get a free stock, and it also helps out the channel. Thank you guys so much, and have a nice day.